Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. If the hills of the Garden State are alive with the sounds of music, well, there's good reason for that. Tomorrow night, the MTV Video Music Awards will be held at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey for the second time. That's an hour's bus ride away from where I live, folks, so it's practically near my backyard. The first time the VMAs was held there was in 2019, and that place nearly shook with some buzz-worthy performances. Let's just say the MTV StanCam had quite the field day. To get you in the mood, I decided to bookmark this VMAs Eve with 2 music-themed reviews. This being the first one, really in name only. And this, bringing it all full circle, the MTV Throwback Music Party Game. But more on that later this evening. For now, as per usual, I want to entice your taste buds to dance as well. And so I bring in Anne Burrell. You know her best from Secrets of a Restaurant Chef and Worst Cooks in America, but she's also done stints on Iron Chef America, among other Food Network productions. Her mission here is to help you cook like a rock star, as she offers up 125 recipes, lessons, and culinary secrets, with the assistance of co-author Suzanne Lenzer and a foreword by her Iron Chef America partner, Mario Batali. Hey, innocent until proven guilty, right? This New York Times best-selling bop in between 2 hardcovers is a Clarkson Potter publication, which retails for $27.99 in the US and $29.95 in Canada. So, let's rock. Now, after the foreword by Mario Batali and a guide to having your fridge and pantry staples and equipment lined up, all of your instruments needed to cook like a rock star, we get down into 6 uniquely presented recipe chapters. And they are as follows. Chapter 1, Piccolini, aka her little nibbles. 2, first, the introduction. So these are the appetizers, well really the pre-appetizers and then the proper appetizers. Chapter 3, pasta, her passion. Chapter 4, seconds, the main event. So these are entrees that you want to crave seconds for. 5, sides, the sparkle factor. These are side dishes, obviously. And 6, desserts, her sweeties. All culinary photography, like this rockin' porchetta, I assume, is courtesy of Ben Fink and Company. I'm gonna highlight 1 recipe per each chapter and try as hard as I can to tie them in within a music-based context, mainly in rock, hence the name Cook Like a Rock Star. We begin with truffled deviled eggs, which will serve 8 and take you about 20 minutes to whip up when the piccolini section to kick it off. Now, how to tie this into rock? Well, if you've seen some mockumentaries about 80s style rock bands, you might notice they have a few performers named Truffles. They look sweet on the outside, but on the inside they have a hankering to shred the guitar just like the boys. And on stage, it's just flawless. Sweet and spicy. Hence, truffled deviled eggs. Extraordinary tie-in, what did you say? By the way, each and every recipe in here actually has a one-liner to conclude it. Like extraordinary. Some of them you'll vibe with, some of them not so much, but nearly all of them were inspired by one of her stage managers, Jeff Lieb. He gets an acknowledgement in the acknowledgement section for that. But her fans? No. So you're not gonna get 5 claps, and rules are rules. The fans get no thanks, you don't get 5 claps. Period. Next up, grilled sea scalps with a watermelon freeway and dandelion greens. Nice melons! Now, I assume that many songs have been written and performed, from ballads to heavy metal beats, about melons and freeways. And if you ever do a freeway in the kitchen, well then you had quite a mess to clean up, pots and pans cleaning and being scattered all over the place. Just use protection. Anyway, the solid protection Anne's gonna provide you in here is mise en place. That means getting everything ready in its place so you don't have to come up with substitutions on the fly, which may or may not work. This book definitely places a heavy emphasis on mise en place, to put in place. Taking care of some components before you head to the stove chop. Oh well. let's just say, when you be practicing your chops at the stove with these recipes, you're gonna rock a meat it every time. I should have said stove top. Oh well. Pre-chopping, pre-slicing, pre-dicing. That's mise en place. Anyway, this serves 4 and it takes about 1.5 hours, mostly unattended, away from the stove. Ah, nice. In pasta, we have killer mac and cheese with bacon. The following connection is actually non-fiction. I assume you heard of the band The Killers and their albums like Battleborn and Wonderful Wonderful, among others, that bring them 7 Grammy nominations. Hey, if a mac and cheese recipe, or any savory recipe for that matter, has bacon, then you know it's bound to be killer. It's gonna slay them dead. Forget knock 'em dead. Bacon's like one of the most divine swines in the world, to quote David Venable. Now that's killer. Here we have Stefan's Cheetah's Duck Confit and Bitter Greens. This substance will take you about 2.5 hours to do. Again, non-fiction connection. Many ballads and heavy metal beats and many other iterations of rock songs have been performed, written, composed, etc. about cheating. Cheating in cooking? Well, for the majority of applications, that's okay. In any other application away from the kitchen, unacceptable. But this is just Ducky. And it's stuck and delicious. Yeah, I went there. Here we have some Loosey Goosey garlic mashers. These are mashed potatoes studded with garlic. That's 4 and take you about 45 minutes to do. Some rockers actually get a little loosey goosey on the stage. They get really into their walk so much, they just let loose and have a good time. And then there are those that, well, get too loosey goosey for their own good. I mean, one of the harsh realities of rock and roll touring is actually doing whatever's necessary to keep your buzz alive. If the crowd buzz doesn't do you any favors enough. Drug binges and things of that nature. That's how many rockers end up going to the big arena in the sky. I just hope their tour buses, like the ones down here on Earth, have kitchens, so they can whip up these recipes. And that's on one of their days off. Many USPs in here are involved, some of them are practically less involved. But in any event, we wrap up with Terra Lucy with salty caramel. That serves 4 to 6 and will take you about an hour to do. So what's the connection with this? Well, there might be a few performers in rock bands out there, mainly underground, that have done stage shows in front of live audiences with members that look salty on the outside and feel salty on the inside, and yet can shred the guitar as smooth and as hot as caramel on a boiling stovetop. There's the connection. If Chefs are the new rock stars and wants you to rock the kitchen, and rock the kitchen you will with these 6 recipes among the others, hundreds of others, featured in here, along with ingredient substitutions and preparation tips scattered throughout, mainly in handwriting. And of course, Anne's guiding wit, firm hand, and girlfriend-like voice helping you along the way. This book got in praise from Food Network colleagues Guy Fieri, Emeril Lagasse, Alex Guarnaschelli, Masaharu Morimoto, Michael Simon, and Ted Allen, and it also got in praise from 2 culinary evidences away from the Food Network, one of them no longer with us, Anthony Bourdain and Cesar Casella. So all in all, 4.5 out of 5 claps, which is the usual way to ever give books like these, which are awesome, but are just one facet away from being a total knockout. And in that case, it would be the acknowledgement section. Anyway, they say all the world's a stage, and if that's the case, then this cookbook's providing you some major power plays for you to perform, and I guarantee you, you're gonna be walking the dinner table crowd up a frenzy. For those who are about to cook like a rock star, we salute you. Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.